Do you fear not being enough? Well, it's a very, very common human fear that a lot of us go through. So I wanted to talk about this today and some tips that you can use to really move through the fear of not being enough. So welcome back to the Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset podcast. I've been someone who has definitely had the fear of not being enough, and it's not 100% gone. And it's something I've had to work through and always have to work through. And the fear of not being enough then goes into the fear of not being loved, and that's a survival thing. If we're not enough as human beings, it's crazy, but the brain thinks we're at risk of life or death, because as children, we wanted our parents, we wanted our guardians, right, to keep us alive. So it's like human nature. Now, we're also wired with beliefs and things as we grow up, and we can hear things, take things on board, which program us, particularly in the first 7 years of our life, to make us believe we're not enough. Now, if you keep reinforcing these things, you're going to feel it even more and more. But what I've learned is the fear of not being enough comes out in crazy ways, and it's not always obvious. Starting a skill and being like, it's not for me. That's often running away from the fear of not being enough. I've definitely faced it in even sales. Like when I've gone into a sales role, it's been hard, right? And many times my brain's gone, this isn't for me. I'm not the right kind of person. I'm not good enough. Which then I have to call myself out for, that actually I'm just running away from a fear of not being enough. We can people I've seen start coaching business go, I'm too busy at the moment. And again, it's usually disguised, not always. Sometimes you'll know if it's not in alignment for you, and that's totally fine. But then often fear can disguise itself very, very well. So it can be the fear of not being enough. So here are 3 ways to really work through the fear of not being enough. Number 1, mentally train yourself that you are enough. Feel it in your body. Keep practicing and saying it again and again and again, because the more you can say it, the more you're going to embed it. Think about this. You wouldn't just rock up for a marathon and run it, would you? You got to train. But what you're training for is the marathon of life mentally, because there's going to be challenges which may bring out this fear. And if you're not training yourself every single day to think great about yourself, then when tough things come in, you're just going to resort back to that negative way of thinking. People say, I think so negatively. I'm like, what positive thoughts are you training yourself with? What positive information are you taking? Really not that much. Well, there's a surprise, isn't there? If you're filling your brain with negativity and constant negative thoughts about yourself, how do you expect to feel good about yourself? The second one, have standards. Have standards of what you're going to set for yourself each day. And when you can stick to them, that can be really, really powerful. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it too hard, because it's hard to stick to. If you've not gone to the gym for a while, don't set yourself the target of going to the gym for 2 hours every day. Set yourself a target of 20 minutes each day of exercise in whatever form, right? But set yourself some standards you can follow to. And when you do them, you can celebrate. And then number 3, just small, this is slightly different from standards, but small, courageous actions. There are certain things that you're never going to build enough confidence to do them until you do them. I never built enough confidence to do public speaking until I actually did it, right? I never built enough confidence to create a YouTube video until I did it. I never created enough confidence to go on a date until I went on a date. So you've got to take the small, courageous action. And again, celebrating them when you do, because that's going to build up evidence that you are courageous and you can move forward. So that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, to lead with your heart, not with fear.